to
all these decisions.
Grand opening, grand closing.
But you see what I'm saying? Game Pass was the platform. Game Pass is Xbox. Xbox, if you want to say what's an Xbox, Game Pass.
I just got
That's
in
the
here.
Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
Game Pass is the Xbox.
Quote.
Period.
I got a quote. This is my quote. This is me saying this.
Today's
I agree.
You can't quote yourself. That's not how it works.
Tomorrow's.
That doesn't make sense.
No, I'm saying this is a quote for y'all to mention.
This is what you do. You send a message to Extreme. Have him say your quote. Because it doesn't work that way. Now I'm playing. Though.
No, I'm just gonna say it. So what I'm saying is,
Extreme to source himself just now.
Yeah.
Today's Xbox Game Pass price is tomorrow's PC Game Pass price, and that's what we're seeing right now. Because they just went. They were at $10 a month. $16.50. Not $15. Not $15. $16.50.
Yeah.
You know everything's going. So that's my. That's why I'm telling you it's my quote. So you tell people that, like you can repeat that, Xbox, but you gotta. Yeah. Oh, that was Terrabin that said that. Yeah. Terrabin dropped that heavy.
Yo, so Game Pass is the platform. That is Xbox. If you want to say what's an Xbox today, the answer is Game Pass. That's it. It ain't first party publisher. No, it's Game Pass. Game Pass is Xbox. That's their primary revenue driver besides game sales. And they made a lot of decisions because at the end of the day, they can always fall back to Game Pass. They're not going to fall back to console. They can't even say they can fall back to PC because Steam is the dominant force in PC. It's always
he's right.
been Game Pass. So this is hurting. This is especially, people expected a $2-3 price hike. But this is a full $10 price hike. Full $10 per month, right? That's a whole different story. And that's what they're going with, right? Of course, I need a backup. So I unleashed my corporate connects. Y'all thought I was bullshitting. Gamefly is in console warring now. Shout out to Gamefly.
What they do?
Y'all thought, shit. Y'all thought I was playing. Gamefly gives no fucks, right here.
Yeah.
Gamefly.
No. GameStop. Shit.
That's what I'm talking about.
Dropping bombs on them. Oh, you said, okay.
Yeah, Gamefly said they just waited until you all forgot about Redfall. Then wham.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, Gamefly is killing them. Right here.
GameStop is still being aggressive
Hashtag
too.
Xbox stands. Taking the bullet.
So, when Microsoft, after spending so much effort, like working with the retailers for shelf space and the retailer to provide shelf space, all of a sudden they, kind of retract all that and went digital. This is when you start making enemies with the with retailers, right? So and the Game Pass go directly against GameFly and right? And retailers, right?
And
so
then also the reduction
they didn't
of
learn
discs.
their lessons.
The reduction of
Sega.
discs, Xbox reducing their discs,
They said
putting
stop being fake.
games on disc. That hurts Gamefly.
Yep.
Here's Gamefly saying, at least you got Paw Patrol before the hike.
Yeah.
Yo. So look at this. Look at this advertise. September Gamefly Day 1 AAA games. Borderlands 4, Silent Hill F, NBA 2K26, Hockey 26, and Sonic Racing. Game Pass, Paw Patrol, and Hollow Knight Silk Song.
Is Sonic Racing AAA?
I don't know, but that's a good one.
It's reviewing very well, and people are comparing it to Mario Kart World. So
I'm gonna check it out.
Consider that AAA.
Okay. Because I didn't I didn't like the previous Sonic Racing.
I was gonna say, P-Rock, did you see Mighty Keith's skit, bro?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh my god, you gotta see that. Shit was funny as hell about the Xbox price hike. That shit was crazy.
So and before I move just to chat, I want to say this. So this is a little bit, I'm gonna say this. I'm taking this price hike a little personal because why they gotta throw my peoples under the bus? Like, who the fuck is this?
What?
Who's this Puerto Rican chick that now she is the face of the price hike? Why they did my homegirl? She is Puerto Rican.
Man.
She is Puerto Rican. Why are they throwing my people?
They did her.
Why they did her dirty? This is the one that announced the price hike. Who is this? Why is it not Sarah
No.
Bond?
There's a minority out
There's
there.
no Sarah Bond, no.
Why is not Sarah Bond? Who is
no
this?
Phil Spencer.
No, it's
Y'all did her
okay.
dirty.
She didn't announce the price hike. She announced the upgrades to Game Pass.
True.
Remember?
True.
She didn't say anything about it, but that's why people are mad at her because she's
But
the face
that's
of
the video.
I'm saying,
of
Hey,
the
that's
slide.
the face.
listen.
Look
In
at
a
the
world where we're getting deported, this is what we do, Microsoft. You just adding to the fire. You making my peoples look bad. You know what I'm
She's
saying?
so fucking beautiful too.
This is
I'm
wrong.
telling you, she's
This
so
is wrong.
gorgeous. Jesus.
They did her dirty.
It don't
bro.
matter. It's her fault. Everything that's wrong with Xbox is her
Listen to
fault
your
now.
feedback, and now
Yep.
you have
Damn.
even more.
Listen, Sarah
She was-
and Phil did. Sarah
the
and
patsy.
Phil didn't want to go out there, so they sent her out there
What we doing?
to get sacrificed.
sacrifice.
Take the lead.
Yeah,
Can I just
Take
say
the
what we're
licks.
all thinking? Why couldn't
Homegirl's
she
gonna
have
get
been a white
deported.
girl? Huh? Why
Media
couldn't it
train,
have been a
like
white
Neil
girl?
Druckmann be doing.
Nah, they
Hey,
put
the
black
way
people.
she is,
It's
she's
beautiful.
perfect.
You know.
She's perfect.
That's wrong.
I'm
Look
telling
what they
you,
did to
man.
my peoples. Look what they did to my people. So, I gotta say something about that. That's just wrong. They put my peoples out there.
She's
Now
perfect.
they want to put us in front of the camera. Now they give us
I'm telling
opportunities.
you,
Nah,
man.
that's
I'm
wrong.
telling
That's
you,
messed
man.
up.
That's wrong.
Yo,
That's
man,
messed
yo. Oh man, Ice is gonna end up knocking on her door. Somebody ratted her out. They said she lives there. Got an Xbox fanboy. She lives right over there. Super chat. Domingo says, I'm really curious what J-Dub has to say about the Tim Dog situation and the rumor that is most likely is about to happen.
Real quick, can you explain what he said before you give your opinion? Because I don't know.
So Tim Dog on Twitter, before his Twitter got shut down, I don't know if he personally put it on a halt because of all the ritual or whatever. But
I heard about that.
He's saying something's about to happen, that this is not just it. Something big, but not in the way Xbox gamers are going to like.
I think it's the $80 games.
So I don't know what it is, but something big's going to go down. And then, Tim Dog just went on a rant, like Twitter after, like, I guess whatever he heard, he didn't like it. So he went on his Twitter rant. And somehow his account is suspended temporarily or whatever. So J-Dub, would you care to break down the news?
I will. Tim, he's very passionate.
Yeah.
He's very passionate about Xbox, and he wants Microsoft to just be honest. And Microsoft is not going to be honest. I mean, we saw it early part of this week. They came out and said, Xbox, Game Pass is profitable, and then all kind of bullshit. The next day they jack up the price 50%, and then now we're finding out, Call of Duty isn't profitable because they're losing $300 million. So, these guys are just they're liars, and they gaslight the fans, and they're not honest with the fans. And I'm not going to use Tim Dog or whatever. I'm going to wait, let him say what he's going to say. You guys can go. I don't know if you can go and see what he says, but something big is going to happen, and it's going to be regarding Xbox. And of course, the diehard Xbox fans are not going to like it because they've invested a lot of time, money, and online clout holding the line, and all of that was for naught. So again, this is J-Dub, right? This is me. This had nothing to do with Tim Dog. I'm not putting words in his mouth. But my opinion, based on everything I'm seeing, if you spend $100 billion, right, and you still can't be where you need to be, if you've did everything, if you've given your games away, if you've cut the prices down to $100-some for your consoles during holiday season, and people still don't buy it, that only leads me to one thing, and that's they're gonna get out of gaming in some capacity. I'm not saying wholeheartedly.
I agree too.
At least for the parts that don't make money.
They're doing it in a sneaky
doesn't
way.
make money for Xbox, right? For Microsoft, clearly the hardware. So I'm gonna assume, right, they're gonna get rid of the hardware or probably sell that division off to somebody else. Maybe somebody that they've been partnering with for a little while. Maybe somebody that they're familiar with. And maybe a lot of more studios get closed down. They're probably going to keep Call of Duty around. Don't know. It's just it's a hard pill to swallow. But Amy Hood, they need their money back. Satya, he needs his money back. Satya is not a gamer. He's not. He doesn't give a shit about gaming. He shows up just to kind of reassure investors. Yeah, we're going to do X, Y, and Z, and everything is good. But clearly the numbers don't look right. Clearly, they're losing money, which is crazy because COD is well, at least it was the biggest game in the world. Now it looks like this year Battlefield is going to clean its clock. And that's directly right after Microsoft bought it. So you can't blame what's the guy who ran it before?
P.
Who ran
Hines.
ABK before?
P. Hines.
Pete Hines or even the other guy.
Mikey Barra?
But no, the guy who ran
No.
who Activision
Maker?
Blizzard.
Yeah, wasn't it P.
No,
Hines?
Oh,
no,
Bobby
the guy
Kotick.
Bobby Kotick.
Bobby
Kotick. Yeah, okay, yeah, right.
Bobby Kotick. Yeah. So you can't blame him. He's gone. So it's just I'm seeing a lot of people want to start blaming Satya and everything. It's like you blame Donny D, right? Even though Donny D left 4 months after the Xbox One launch. So you're gonna blame that on Donny D, even though Phil had 7 years to correct the shit, right? So they didn't blame that on Phil. Then this generation with Xbox Series, right, launched with no games, just the Falconeer and the Medium. Halo got delayed. Then we got Craig. Then we got one complete year with literally no games, and then the following year we got Redfall, $70 for a dud, and then the raising of the prices, and then just the uncertainty, then to bring in the games to PlayStation. It's just they don't know what they're doing, and they're trying to find a way to fix it. And I think they're just running out of options. I don't think they'll ever be able to hit 50 million Game Pass subscribers, 100 million Game Pass subscribers, as they detail, and we know that these were their goals because of the ABK court deal, but through the leaks and stuff like that. ABK killed Xbox. The ABK deal, spending $70 billion, you got to pay that. You got to pay the piper back. That killed Xbox.
It is a curse now.
There's no way in the world they're going to be able to make that kind of money back. Game Pass isn't sustainable. It was never sustainable. The moment they stop giving you the actual numbers, and those numbers that they gave you, those are not concurrent numbers. Those are how many people that have ever signed up. Microsoft would never give you concurrent. You know why? Because I may sign up for Game Pass this month, and then I may cancel my subscription the next month and never subscribe back to it for another year. And most gamers are like that. So they can't give you consistent numbers. So at this point, it looking like the hardware is going to go away. They'll probably keep Game Pass around for a little while. They have to find some kind of way, and I don't see any way around it. Moving to PC is not going to bring in enough money to do what they need to do. Putting games on PlayStation, that'll help. But I mean, shit, we got to overcome from the lack of install base that the Xbox guys have, right? They don't buy games clearly.
That's where Nintendo
to sustain
helps.
that. They're losing money off of Game Pass. So unless PlayStation just really ramps up and buy over abundantly, which meaning we would have, as PlayStation gamers, we would have to buy the equivalent of Sony first party numbers, right? The 3 and 4 million in a day or two.
He has a good point in a
The
sense.
15, 20 million sellers. We would have to buy that for Xbox first party in order for it to be sustainable. That's not going to happen. It is what it is. Call of Duty, we already, even before they bought them, majority of Call of Duty players were on PlayStation, right? Unanimously. So now that they bought them, that hadn't changed. Majority of COD players are still on PlayStation, and they're still losing $300 million. So that 30 million, 25 to 30 million Xbox console install base, they're just not enough. There's just not enough money coming in from them. It's not growing. Nobody's buying the hardware. Let's face it, nobody. They don't even store shelves don't even carry them anymore. More and more retailers are dropping it. It's non-existent.
They jacked up the price, and they're buying inventory. It's not selling.
Why would they keep making more hardware? They're not.
I'd say losing their money, man.
We weren't born yesterday. We predicted this shit years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We get on this podcast every week telling people what we see based on the data, based on the numbers, based on NPD, based on the financials and all kind of stuff, right?
People were just ignoring it.
This stuff. And you can't lose, negative 25% quarter after quarter after quarter after quarter, third place in NPD month after month for this whole generation. You can't do that. It's just not sustainable. So honestly, I think they're gonna give up the ghost on this game and shit. The Xbox brand and the name is just such a stigma. There's no way to salvage it, and I said that like 3 or 4 years ago. There's just no way. It's just too much stench and negativity.
You know what,
around
J
it.
Dub, you're gonna
Maybe if
get
they
away for
change
this
the
one.
name
Usually I would slam,
of
but I'm
it,
like, you know what?
that history that people
It's kind of
love
right.
to
I mean,
bring
it's just
about
reality.
Xbox, that the glory days of the 360, those days are over.
I'm not gonna just be no
We've
asshole.
moved on. We're past that. So the name Xbox doesn't ring a bell in most people's minds anymore. Just the diehards, that's it. But they don't even exist anymore because the bulk of them went to PC or PlayStation. Kids don't mess with Xbox like that Xbox like that
I
anymore.
just gonna play
So
Roblox.
where does that leave Xbox? Why continue and why keep wasting money?
I was gonna say, just please don't sell everything to Saudi Arabia because they don't know how to maintain anything. They're so rich out there; they'll literally drive a Ferrari until it needs an oil change, and then they won't even go and get an oil change. They'll just leave it on the side of the road and go buy another Ferrari. Like,
Yeah,
that's how they'll treat.
Don't be
That's how they'll
surprised,
treat
though.
all the
Microsoft
studios
might.
if they end up buying all of Xbox's studios.
I hear you, and I hear that, especially when people talk about Tencent and stuff like that. But I wouldn't be as opposed to that because you got the world's richest company can't. If an American company like Microsoft with all the resources it got can't do anything with those studios, can't do anything with the gaming, why would I mean, who cares if Saudi Arabia get into it? I mean, they can't do any worse.
Well, I was gonna say it's really all about talent, right? You have to go with who has the hot hand. Like,
And they're just not a gaming world. You know what I mean? It just reminds me of somebody who has a bunch of money, but your heart and soul is not in gaming. So this was a good thing to kind of check into. I kind of wanted to randomly come in here and grab something. Let me know what you guys think about this. Obviously it's not something that should be excited for the Xbox space, but we're kind of just talking about the brand. And J-Dub kind of just went into it pretty deep and basically just said what kind of makes sense. Basically now more than ever, so it's kind of dumb to slam that. And yeah, it is disappointing that I probably can anyways, but hey, you know what I mean? I got no problem with nobody in here. And I'm coming in to kind of have a good time. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. I always enjoy jumping into Portal Rocks live, just like I love jumping into Alex's and anybody else I've randomly done it, Colt, whatever, it doesn't matter. So yeah, peace out, y'all. Have a great day. Hopefully y'all enjoying whatever game you're enjoying. There's plenty to come and there's a lot more epic stuff. Later. Peace out.